What is up, everyone? We're tuning in here. We're about to kick off this game. Seems like we're looking at the starting lineups, and the Warriors rolled into Miami with their entire starting lineup just going to be, out of the game. So no Jimmy Butler, no Stephen Curry, no Draymond Green, no Kuminga, no Podziemski. Like they're rolling out just their entire bench squad. But it's next man up, and in this league, especially with the Miami Heat, when they're going to be jockeying for position in the East, like there's no mercy. We've been without our starting guard and hero, and Bam's been out. So it's next man up, and I think that it's going to be a fun matchup either way, because Steve Kerr, just like Spo did this season, has that style of up-tempo offense. I expect a lot of fast breaks, expect a lot of movement and action on offense. So it should still be a very fun game to watch. And thanks to everyone for tuning in. I think that this season has panned out a lot differently than what some Heat fans expected. We actually had the opening night stream here, and we did not expect especially after that game. Orlando beat us. It was a close matchup, but I had a feeling that the offense was a little bit different. I didn't expect it to take off and be as good as it is today. Right now, the Heat are third in the league in points per game, behind the Rockets and the Nuggets, and they're up there in really a lot of the offensive statistics. So if that was on your bingo card entering this season, I think that you're a magician, because there's really no way you could have predicted that. It's been really exciting to see the team activated in the way that it has been. Spo really pulled something out of his sleeve this offseason. I think people forget this is the same coach that inherited a 15-win team and took it to, I think it was 43 wins the first season that he took over. And there's moments of reinvention, and this is a guy who was like born and bred in the film room, and he's gonna look at everything. And so we're seeing it pay off. He brought in that offensive consultant. I forgot what his first name is, but his last name's LaRoche. He's the same guy that orchestrated the Memphis Grizzlies offensive scheme last season, which helped them out a lot. You notice a lot of ball movement. You see a lack of screens, honestly. So the Heat are able to get into their shot rhythms a lot sooner and a lot quicker. This reminds me a lot of that Phoenix Suns offense from 2007, back in the Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire days. Mike D'Antoni pretty much was spearheading that 7 seconds or less pace, where they would just bring it off the down the court and shoot it pretty damn fast. So it's not just the Heat this time, though. It's like half the league is doing a lot of this now. So it's kind of insane looking at kind of the average points per game. I'm looking at some of these, the top 5 teams are averaging over 120 points per game. And I think the average is just below that. But last season it was 115, and we felt like that was a lot. This season, it just feels like it's taken off. But yeah, it's been really fun to see a lot of this, happen and take off in the league. I'm reading some of this, some of the comments here in the chat. So the Jimmy Butler back injury, I think they're coming off a back-to-back. Steve Kerr kind of alluded to that it's been a grueling kind of early schedule for them. They've gone through 17 different, I think, it's like they've bounced around so much early this season, and it's kind of complaining about it, but in reality, it was way worse before, and the schedules have kind of been a little bit more fine-tuned, especially when you're going West Coast to East Coast. But I think that just like the Cavaliers did to us in that second game when we played them in back-to-back games, they're kind of just, I think they're going to get a fine, because I don't know if you noticed, the Cavaliers, for benching Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley to load management. I know Garland was out due to an actual injury, but like again, that's like 3/5 of their starting lineup. They got fined $100,000 by the league for that. Because at the end of the day, you have fans that paid a lot of money to go watch their favorite players. There are fans there. They came to watch Stephen Curry. There's fans there that came to watch Jimmy Butler. I don't think there's any fans there to see Draymond Green, but it's yeah, it's not fun as a fan to go to a game or tune into a game and notice that the stars are out. Obviously, there's so much parity in the league these days that you're gonna see some of these young guys, these backup guys, step in, and you're gonna see them perform because they're gonna maximize and take advantage of the fact that they're able to play, all these minutes that they don't usually get. So I'm curious to see how the Heat react to this. Um, I think that they've played well without Hero and even without Bam, but Bam, the glaring issue is that when he's been out, our rebounding has suffered, and it just puts a lot of the weight on someone like Khalil Ware to step in and be that guy who's gonna take the load when it comes to grabbing rebounds. But I had a conversation with a couple of people on X earlier, and one point that I made was that even though the front court, the big men are expected to be the primary rebounders, um, with the amount of 3-point shots, perimeter shots being taken in the league, that also is conducive to long rebounds. So meaning the ball is going to be flying outside of the paint and it's going to be away from a lot of the front court. So that means that wings and guards are going to have to step up and box out and put themselves in positions to grab those rebounds. So it's really a team effort. You're not going to expect just the big men to reel that in for you, but you still need those guys to get a good chunk of it. So it looks like they're doing their pregame warmups here, stepping onto the court, getting ready for tip-off. We have Bam starting at center. You have Pell Larson. You have Davion Mitchell, Norman Powell, and Andrew Wiggins as our starting five. And then you have the Warriors here. Yeah, I said the Wizards because it feels like they're rolling out a Wizards team. You got street clothing on Jimmy and Curry here. This is exactly what the fans came to see. But with that said, I'm excited to see how these guys take on this challenge, knowing that they fell into that trap game against the Cavs. I don't think that's going to happen here. I think they're going to press hard, and they start off with a bucket with Andrew Wiggins facing his former team. I think he's having an incredible year. He's actually playing just as good as he did, if not a little bit better, in his was it 2017 All-Star year. So, if he keeps being that number 2, number 3 scorer, probably moving to a 3 scorer when Hero comes in like that, the Heat are in a great spot when he's averaging like 19, 20 points. Again, wow, Davion Mitchell, look at that. He played incredible last game. He shot, I believe, over 50% and was just really effective with his shots, both in the paint and from 3. He was like 2 of 5 from behind the arc. But he's been converting a lot of those drives. He's able to like really get into the paint, do the change of pace. You'll see it right here. He catches Jackson Hayes there. And especially when a big man's going to switch over to him, he's going to definitely take advantage of that. Bam missed that lob right there, but it's good. It's good that they're looking for these things early. There's trying a lot of different things, especially just going into the paint this early on instead of settling for threes. I think that's a good way to kind of set the tone for this kind of game, and also get these guys into foul trouble. So yeah, because they're going to be really thin. So if you get these guys to go to their bench, that's like third string at this point. Let's catch up here on the chat. So yeah, we got people here talking about. First of all, we're talking about the consultant. Adrian brought up, how much do we credit the consultant? We credit him a good chunk because he's the one that came in to instill this offense, and it's like maximized the play of guys that were just not flowing this effortlessly. I mean, there's guy like Norman Powell's a great scorer, and he's like thriving here. Fontecchio, he's been killing it from behind the arc, shooting a lot of shots in rhythm, and just like the confidence level, especially look at Davion. Like it almost feels like he hasn't missed a beat from the playoff run he had with us, where he was like shooting over 50%. I mean, that's just rare for an entire season for someone that's like his size and a guard to do that. But yeah, the consultant really came in and did amazing work in instilling what is needed. You got to give credit to Spo for seeking that out and knowing that that was the right move. He looked at his roster and he looked at what was missing, and he told the guys that they were going to be pushing the pace. I don't think that they were ready for it until they actually started practicing and going through the rhythms. I think Bam was one of the people that actually brought that up, and other guys in subsequent interviews. But it's I would say 50-50. Credit Spo for bringing him in, and credit the consultant for executing and showcasing how that actually works for this team in particular. And I think they've been doing a great job early in the season. Like they haven't missed a beat. Even when they struggle, they're like, I think in a bad game they would score like 109, which was like what they were scoring last season, playing at their pace, like 109, 112. But this year it's crazy. They're over 120. See, that's an example of one of those long shots. The rebound went all the way to the free throw line. Wiggins a wing. Look at this. So you have Pelle Larsson is one of my favorite players on this roster. He's really played well in the limited minutes that he has, and he's gotten more opportunities with some of the injuries, and just he's earned it. He played for the Swedish national team, and he was playing incredible during the EuroBasket tournament. And one of the main things, if you follow us on Instagram, I made a whole reel that kind of like touched on his game in particular. Like this guy is always moving around, putting himself in the right position. It rarely actually are you seeing him take those threes. He's like diving to the basket for rebounds, for putbacks, for quick passes that give him an easy little layup or dunk. He forced that turnover there. Great way to collapse on the driving guard there. But yeah, going back to the offense, this team is just executing at a high level, and I think that it's great that that they're able to like flourish in this kind of system. There was too much like half court offense that was happening and not working in their favor. A big fan of the consultant. Adrian says, shout out Club 31 Sports. Do that on the baseball side right now, but I mean, it's consulting is, if done right, is very useful. Like you get someone else that knows their shit, and analyzing your business, and if they're not just doing it to sell a course or to sell some cookie cutter stuff, and actually like hone in on what your team needs, what your business needs, like that's invaluable. It could really, you need an outside perspective sometimes when you're stuck, and you're not going to find all the answers internally, especially if you're just in it day to day. It looks like the Warriors call timeout here. So Heat up 10-4. Again, pushing the pace, getting up early on them. The Warriors are obviously struggling without their key guys. I think that it's going to be a rough game for them unless the Heat take their foot off the pedal. But it's going to be awesome to see even some of the bench guys step in. Like Jaime should feast this game when he steps into the court. With the lack of depth that the Warriors have tonight, he's making a case for himself to be sixth man of the year. He obviously has to keep that up. But I think that he has a fair chance. Like I believe he's in top 3, top 5 running right now for sixth man of the year. And even in our early season predictions, like way too early, best case scenarios, like we did not have him averaging the points and the stats that he has right now. So really excited for him. It was tough to see him struggle last year and have that sophomore slump, but he you could tell he's a hooper. He's someone that is just like plays a little bit of an old school basketball game. He's not out there just chucking up threes. He's driving it a lot. And similar to what I mentioned with Pell Larson, he is a guy who's slashing, cutting to the basket, whether he's off ball and looking for the cut so they can give him the pass, or boxing out and or putbacks, all that kind of stuff. They're really like the hustle plays under the rim and around the rim that those guys bring to the table that is invaluable to any other team. Like any team needs their perimeter 3-level scorers, but you also need those guys that are going to put their head down, take it to the basket, or do the dirty work and get those putbacks, get those rebounds, get those lobs. So that those two guys really performing well for the Heat. And I think that they're in a position to maintain their roles on this team because, like I said, that's just something that specifically this team needs. But they're playing in a way that almost any team in the league could use them. The one thing that is a little bit of a glaring, well, I would say two for the Heat early on, has been obviously the rebounding, allowing a lot of offensive rebounds, failing to box out, just having unfortunate bounces and not getting those 50-50 jump balls. But also defensively, like their defensive rating is, I think, at 18 right now, and they're usually in the top 10. So the good thing that I see happening is that they're focused on the offense, which was a big issue for them. They were always like bottom third for the last handful of years. And it was always like the defense was going to be there. They were going to find a way to keep themselves in games through their defense. And I think now it's switched a little bit, but they have defense and that discipline in their DNA. I feel like they'll figure that out. It was the offense that was like the biggest question mark. So I like that they're focusing on the offense first, and the defense will come. And especially as it gets closer to playoff time, and it crunches a little bit, and I think that they'll be able to make sure that they get back in that top 10 form. So right now, it looks like the Heat are still going man to man. I expect them to do that most of the game, but they like switching in that zone. I don't know if for certain lineups they'll do that, but right now it looks like man is working really well for them. They've held the Warriors to 4 points, and half the first quarter is gone essentially. They're gonna push the pace again, and I think that as long as they keep like a 15-point cushion on this team, it's going to be one of those games where it's going to get out of hand. Andrew Wiggins answering there with a triple. I mean, he's playing incredible. We pull up some of the stats that we put together as part of our rundown for a lot of the key players this season. Really did not expect Wiggins and Jaime to play as well as they have. And they're like playing best case scenario right now. Especially Jaime, but Wiggins just going above and beyond really from a scoring and efficiency angle. He didn't have a great game the other night, but on average for every game he's played this season, he's been doing really well on that front. So yeah, Wiggs, we expected him to just be like 3-and-D. We said best case scenario, he'd be averaging like 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's averaging well above that now. Like the points are right around there, but like the rebounds and the assists, even the steals, like they've been looking really good for him to kick off the season. And I think he's gonna continue to be efficient when Hero comes in, because again, it removes more pressure from him to score. So his shots will be against weaker defenders. It'll be with less pressure to be a primary scorer. And I think that at this stage of his career, like that is great for him and for this team. Look at Bam forcing that bad shot. They tried getting the foul there. Again, the rebound issue, that's something they still got to figure out. Should have been Bam on him, but obviously there was a switch off. But it's a little bit back and forth with them. There's games where they are up there and matching the other team with the rebound count, but it's really a matter of just tightening up. I don't think that it's a huge issue. Now, if we're entering the All-Star break and they continue to have those rebounding issues, that might be a cause for them to seek out another big man or a tall forward, that can help in that front. I just think they're going to be very cautious about that, especially with the team how it is right now. It would have to be someone that plugs right in, and yeah, I think that's something to look out for. Look at Bam. This team right now is shooting incredible from behind the arc. You have Bam is 1 of 1. Mitchell, Bam, and Larson all have hit their threes. They've only taken 1 each, but that's like incredible percentage right there. And it's just makes all the other plays like way better. It opens up the lane if you're hitting threes. And obviously, conversely, if you're driving it in, people are going to sag off and leave room on the 3-point line. Yeah, right now the Heat are shooting 67% from 3-point line. They're 4 of 6. And yeah, look, Bam just coming across the court trailing and able to hit that 3. He's increased his volume and his percentage this season. So that's a good kind of signal for how they're using him. Khalil Ware's been shooting really well from 3 as well. I mean, it's going to be a barrage right now, especially Powell's just getting into the game. He even had an off game. I would say he had 19 points last game, and he still found a way to get a bucket when it counted. He's been incredible for this team because it's the kind of like scoring with ease that the team lacked. And sad to say that Jimmy wasn't that guy anymore for us, and he slowed the game down, and he would hate this kind of system. It's not really built for him. So I think that both sides got what they wanted. The Heat were able to free themselves of someone who didn't want to be there, and their offenses benefit from it. And it looks like Bam, even though it was a foolish little turnover there, Bam is stepping into more of a leader role. He's being a little bit more vocal. I don't think he's ever going to be that number 1 scorer, but he does so much on defense and so much on both ends that he doesn't need to be. He's really like the most versatile switch center in the league. He's equivalent to like Draymond in his prime level of like being able to switch 1 through 5. Bam is doing that. I don't think a lot of people want him to get Defensive Player of the Year. I think there's a lot of politics that goes into that. And now with Wembanyama playing how he's playing and averaging like 4 or 5 blocks a game, I don't think that you're gonna be able to break that. So it's gonna be a tough road for him to try and get Defensive Player of the Year. But we don't really need him to be. We just need him to be the best version of himself. It's really tough to replicate what he does on the court defensively. And so Buddy Hield now hitting a 3 for the Warriors here, pulling them within 11. Again, it looks like they're struggling a little bit. And it looks like that was a little miscommunication from Ware not stepping out. But yeah, expect Hield to jack up a ton of threes tonight with all the stars sitting. That's his game. So Tough pass by Larson there. You gotta watch out with the turnovers. It's a block, incredible block by Ware there. Like it's going back and forth. These guys cannot make a layup right now, but they're putting pressure. It's good to see at least them not just allowing the layups. Again, Larson going to the rack. I love this about him. He's not afraid to do it. He's also not afraid to kick it open to the open man. He just saw that opportunity and took it. Pajemski, for the Warriors, he's a guy who I thought this season was going to have a little bit more of a breakout year in a sense. Like the opportunity is right there for him. And it feels like he hasn't really been that. So, I think that he's kind of trying to find his rhythm. Tonight might be one of those games where he takes a little bit more shots than usual and tries to find his offensive groove. But he's a good dude. He's a good player. I think that he does a lot. He's a well-rounded player. So I don't expect him to be a high-volume scorer anytime soon in this league. But he does a lot of rebounds, assisting, playing defense. He could hit a three-pointer. He's a glue guy, I would say. Fontecchio for another three. Rare double miss by Fontecchio there. Again, Buddy Hield with another three. Fontecchio almost lost it there. Yeah, gave it away. So this is probably the rough part of pushing the pace. You're going to make some bad passes and scrambling to try and put yourself in position. Well, drew the foul there. Okay, so Adrian's talking about the alternate uniform. So yeah, they brought back the Vice campaign last season. It was just like the white ones, and then this year they brought back the night version of it, which is cool. Yeah, I think that the Heat are probably one of the only teams in the league that are doing the Vice aesthetic well. I think there's a lot of cheesy ways that are done in any other things you see, film, other brands, apparel, and stuff that gets put out. They're one of the few teams that actually have embraced the Vice portion of it and not done it in a cheesy way. I think that they take like an artful, design focused angle to it, and it's good. I even like, I don't know if you guys have seen the collab merch that they did with this apparel brand called Duvin. I believe that's how you say it, Duvin. And they did a release of an apparel line with a Heat that has like, it's almost like Vice, but like beach surf core. Like it has like this weird kind of angle where it's not just Miami Vice look of like the drugs and the sports cards and neon lights. It has more of like a beachy kind of like nostalgic feel to it, illustrated and that and whatnot. So we talked about it on the algorithm stream. We think that they're doing a great job, the Heat and court culture, with their apparel drops and their collabs. I'm a big fan of the Vice look specifically for the Heat. I feel like it's well overdone in a lot of other teams. Like, sadly, FIU rolled out some Vice-inspired ones. I think they're all right. I don't think they're great. I didn't personally graduate from FIU, but I have a lot of close friends. My wife went to FIU, some of the partners here. And just, I think that the Vice thing has to be, it's been done so much. It's overdone in my opinion. So you have to take a tasteful approach. You have to like really look and see like, how can I provide a wrinkle of difference? Like, how do I make this a little bit new? So it's like pulling from the past, but drawing something in that's new to give it a fresh perspective. And that's always tough. Also for tonight's stream, we got the direct on camera here from the my laptop, producer cam essentially. And so we'll be switching in and out there. And they're showing here on the screen on the FanDuel broadcast, kind of like these two coaches are some of the longest standing coaches in basketball right now in the NBA, and it's it's cool to see the Heat really stick to their guns with um, Eric Spoelstra, and he's I think this season is a testament to like the reason why they gave him that contract and why he's the longest tenured coach in the NBA right now. Um, it's kind of shocking that he hasn't won Coach of the Year. Um, I think this might be the year that he's making an even more prominent case for it. Like he's gone from inheriting a 15-win team and making them competitive. He's coached two championship teams. He's had even years where those post LeBron years, uh, and that he coached that team to the best of his ability with the talent they had on that roster. I think it's due. I think he's due for a Coach of the Year award, but who knows? Who knows? A little wear there with a nice box out for the rebound. Um, Quentin Post is kind of a similar stature to him, so I think that it's going to be a nice battle, and he should be able to win a good chunk of them. But he also is a 3-point shooter, so both of them actually have that in their bag. It's kind of crazy to see in these stretch fives here. Like he's going to probably pull up for a three here. um, oh wow, tough. Thought Drew was going to draw the foul there, but smart move to drive it in. He's another dude who does a lot of intangibles and cuts to the lane. Um, just a lot of dirty work, even some steals and forcing turnovers. Uh, he's been really efficient in limited minutes for this team. So it looks like, yeah, the Warriors went to a zone here, which means they left open Fontecchio, and you cannot leave that man wide open. Um, he's really filled the shoes of Duncan Robinson in his own way. Um, it's great that he gets his own shot without the need for a dribble handoff or a screen. He kind of like gets it in rhythm, and look at that. He just stepped into that one. It didn't go in, but the confidence is there. Like this, it's you want that from a shooter who's like just really going to go out there and take those shots whenever he feels he has an opening. Most of the time, they're not forced shots. Like they are in rhythm. He gets enough separation. Uh, Another international vet. He played in the Eurobasket League for Italy and had like a 30-some point game where he went off. So I think he had set the record or tied the record for threes in that game in the Eurobasket tournament. So he's that kind of guy. At an international stage, he's not afraid to take that many shots or have the confidence to make it. So I think that he did a good job in landing him in return. It's not like you completely lost a sharpshooter. You found a new one. So you got, all right, we got 11 seconds left here, rounding down the first quarter. And looks like Jaime is going to probably take this shot. Didn't go in, but not a bad shot and not a bad first quarter for the Heat. Uh, it's funny to look at it and be like, well, they didn't score 30 in the first quarter, which they're used to doing now. It's kind of crazy to say that, but 29 is right there, and having a 9-point lead, it's good. This is good on both ends right now, as it should be with the Warriors missing out a lot of their key players here. So checking back in here to the chat. This is Zaya says this is the Michael Biamonte cam. This probably uh the best kind of way to explain this one. I love it. Yeah, the pace the pace is impressive. There's been some visuals online showcasing like that jump. It's been incredible. Um while we're here, actually, I might be able to screen share and show some of the stuff that we've talked about already on you know, on our Instagram. So if you guys follow it, I'm sure you guys see this on the stream. Um, yeah, not sharing yet. So we got ignore the double cam here, but Yep.
Yo, you lost sound. So just letting you know. All right.
Yep. All right.
All right. You should be back here.
Know if you guys can hear
Let me
me
know
now.
if you guys can hear me now.
Yeah. Sweet. I think I lost the sound there when I was sharing the kind of the stats, but breaking it down, I was mainly talking about uh, Andrew Wiggins and how we predict that he'll be in that 19 point range, but I think that he's right now averaging just under 17. And I think that he's probably going to get a little bit better, get in that like 18, 19 point range, at least through stretches of the season. So, yeah, being that number 3 guy is probably the best role for him. And he's done a good job. He's really like stepped into the role and he looks comfortable. I think last season, a lot of people were worried about if his desire to be, it's always a letdown to leave a team that you won a championship with and was there for so long. I think that it took a little bit of adjustment period to get used to Miami, get used to the new team and the offense and all that. But it looks like this season he's picking up right where he left off. And yeah, he's playing near his peak form of 2017 when they won the title, and he had an incredible playoff run. But yeah, Wiggins is one of those guys that it's always good to have him step up and not just be someone that's forgotten. Like the Heat can't afford that right now, and he's really um, being the best shape, the best form of himself that he's ever been. So I don't think that many fans anticipated that. That's why we considered him an X factor. Like it's really like a wild card essentially, because he's the one that could take you to another level, and especially in the East, uh, be more competitive when you have so many teams that are just uh, struggling this season. Like the East right now is separated outside of Detroit, kind of taking a big lead now and winning like 11 straight games. Uh, a lot of teams are in this like 6, 7, 8 win range. Like it's kind of crazy to see the standings right now and the log jam that there is on in the East. So it really is up for grabs. I don't know if this team still feels like it's not equipped for a championship run, but it does feel like they are good enough to make the playoffs in the East and then see how good they are and let those series kind of dictate. Like last season was brutal, right? Like that sweep and the way that we lost those games was tough. But you do have like a fresh perspective, a new offense. This feels like a very different team from last year. So I don't think, especially beating the Cavs the first time around, we lost the second time around, but it shows that this time around they're more competitive. It's a regular season. It's take that with a grain of salt. But we're back, and Drew Smith just got a steal real quick. They got blocked on the other end, but yeah, back to my point. The Heat are 8-6 right now. They're 7th in the East, but then the third spot is held by the Raptors, and they have 9 wins. So like they're one game away from being a top 3 team right now. Super early. Moses Moody here with a jam. They're a little bit excited here, and they're chipping away at the lead, but I wouldn't be too worried about that. These guys are going to have their runs. Steve Kerr's a good coach too. You can find a way to maximize these guys, but the Heat should be able to, do what they do. Finding Fontecchio again for the second triple of the game. That's definitely like that was a wide open shot essentially. And he doesn't need a lot of room. So yeah, missed shot there. Foul. Speaking on fouls, that actually teams are like fouling a lot more. I think that they're trying to slow down the game, or they're struggling to get back in position to kind of guard it, and as a result, they have to like foul, or there's not in a position to defend. They don't draw a foul. They don't draw a charge. They draw a blocking foul. So it's a lot for teams to kind of manage. So foul counts in general across the league have gone up across the board. Like there's not just like some teams that are getting more than others. It's like just the needle has been completely moved because of the pace. But you can also see that there is good team defense being played. You realize that more teams are kind of pushing that zone defense into the mix. The Heat have been doing it for a while. I feel like Spo brought that into the league. Or like it's not like zone is new, but it was very much man to man in the NBA for many years, and zone was just brought out for like very specific scenarios. And you're just seeing it more now. I think just through stretches of a game, you need it to kind of like stop teams from either getting into the lane or shooting threes when the man to man is being broken and not being effective. So yeah, going back to the standings in the East right now, the Pistons are number 1 at 13-2. The Cavaliers are number 2 with 10-5, and the Raptors are 3 at 9-5. I did not expect that from the Raptors. I honestly thought the Raptors were going to be in the bottom third of the East, barely fighting for a play-in kind of thing. Again, it's early in the season and things could go in a different direction, but I still didn't even expect them to start off strong. But maybe they're just a better team than I anticipated. So you got a nice little cut to the rack there, for another easy bucket at the rim. And the Heat here are just, you know, they're mixing it up. It's always tough. They swarm the ball. They do a lot of different looks for teams, and it's really a matter of them finding their flow and having guys like this. Like Drew Smith to me feels like the guard version of Haywood Highsmith, like just defensive minded and making smart plays and then hitting occasional three. Like that's a big plus. I think he reworked his shot because I used to remember early on his shot kind of had a hitch. It wasn't as fluid as it is now. He feels more, looks like he got someone to work on it with him, or he just figured it out himself. But it looks more fluid. And it obviously is more effective. So he doesn't take a lot, but he's making the ones he does take. Again, Jaime attacking and Ware being by the rim, like that's a great combo. You got guys that A can put rim pressure and B be there to clean it up. Like that's a great combo. And those two getting to the line is huge. Like Jaime last season struggled. He barely got to the line this year. He's getting to the line more often, and you could tell that it's good for him. It's good for the team because it slows it down a little bit, and he's able to get free shots out of it. And it just like it makes it difficult for other teams to defend when they're racking up fouls and getting into foul trouble when the second unit is out there. Got Pajemski pulling up for a mid-range there. Like I said, the kid can do a little bit of everything. Jaime attacking again, got his own rebound. Lost it there. But you love seeing him attack. Like this is the kind of action you want from a forward, forward guard, I would call him. He looks very comfortable like he did in UCLA. And he's just, what's interesting is I anticipated him to fix his 3-point shot, which I would say he's fixed a little bit, but it's still not where it needs to be. And in reality, he kind of doubled down on what he does well. And he's like, I'm just going to get better at driving and finishing and getting to the line now. And that's huge. Like he kind of like just doubled down on his strength and didn't really like focus too much on his weakness. But I think eventually over the course of his career, he's going to have to add that 3 so you can keep teams honest. When you got people that are going to scheme against you like they did last year, you're going to need to be able to step back and hit a 3. All right, so he got a 10-point lead right now. Probably going to go down to 9. And Hawkins takes a rest with Fontecchio stepping back into the game. I think that the Heat have a luxury right now with their bench unit being, I believe, top 3 in bench points in the entire NBA. So they're able to rest their players and not just like fear that fall off in offensive output. So tough shot there, blocked. Powell hasn't gotten off to a hot start today, but I'm confident that he will find his flow. This is a guy who's just like averaging 26 points a game, and Larson finds his way into the lane for the easy pass. Again, look at him. He's all over the ball. He almost stole that. If you just want to watch off ball right now and just see him even on defense, it's great to see like how much energy he brings, and he's not he'll get caught sometimes, right? But he's a guy who's like sound for being so young. And Fontecchio making the right pass. Got international connection there, Italy and Sweden. And they both played well in that Eurobasket tournament. I think it was great for both of them. and great for the Heat as a result. Jovic is the one that I feel is, he played in it and he hasn't done as well in terms of consistency. He might be going through a little slump of himself, but I think that he's going to figure it out. But if there is a system that he should thrive in, it's this one. Let him loose, let him bring down the ball, attack and kick it out. He can do all that. And the one combo that I like that he's had so far has been with Khalil Ware. You got two guys that Nico essentially is a 7-footer. I think he's 6'11", or some people say he's over 7. So you got two 7-footers essentially, and they're able to have that action where Nico can drive it in and Khalil can cut to the rim and get an easy lob or a putback. And Nico's able to make that pass from up top because of his height. It's a great, combination to have. It's, in my opinion, it's like what Jokic is able to do with someone like Aaron Gordon or even someone taller. It's easy. It's easy when you have a guy that's able to drop a dime to another 7-footer up there above the rim. And Khalil doesn't need much. Like, the guy can catch it almost anywhere in the proximity of the rim. Like, dude, sky's up there. But again, a lot of work on, and I think that Nico is the one that's lagged behind while the rest of the team has been pushing ahead. Question here is, how does Hero fit into this, and what's the return timetable? So some people think that it's going to create some sort of problem, like bringing him back. I think this is going to really take off. I think that this is the perfect system for Tyler Hero, because he can find his own shot. He doesn't need the screens. The screens help, but he doesn't need it. So if you're already a gifted scorer and you activate the entire team to spread out and move and create those actions, and move the ball around, like, he might have the ball in his hands a little bit less, but he's going to find himself open and sneak out for a three, come off a curl, do something else that allows him to score. Like, it's going to be, I'm really excited to see Powell and Hero on the court together and seeing how that offense can flow. I think what's great is you'll have them both at times, and then you'll have them staggered where each one steps in as the primary scorer for that unit. And that it's almost going to be like your bench unit's going to even be better, in my opinion, because now you're going to get either Powell or Hero being that guy, whereas before, now it's been Jaime, and it's worked, but it's just, you need that through stretches of a season, stretches of a game, to have that opportunity to do that. So the timetable so far, some people think that as early as next week will be Hero's return. Some people thought he would return this week, but seems like he wasn't ready. But we're in that range where he's due to come back very soon. All right, so Bajemski hit a triple there. He's up to 10 points. Expect him to have a pretty decent game. But the Heat still holding on to the lead here with 41-33. And this is a problem for them. You got a foul there. But yeah, Jackson Hayes, when he's on a smaller defender, he's going to attack. He's going to be aggressive tonight specifically. But yeah, it's still better to foul him in this scenario. And Larson knew that he got caught there with the move. But yeah, I think that's one spot where the Heat lack a little bit of depth. It's at the front court at the center position. Right now it seems to be just Ware and Bam. They do have Vlad Golden there, who was an FAU grad. And he was an undrafted pickup for them. And he's a more traditional center. He probably could get you some rebounds and stuff like that, but he's not really like a 3-point scorer. He's a situational guy. And I think in terms of like being game ready, in game shape, I don't know where he's at there. But yeah, I think that's where the Heat could use a little bit. If they are to make a move at the midway point, it should be to bolster the front court. I think they're also waiting to see what happens with the Terry Rozier situation, because if indeed he is indicted or the NBA decides to void his contract, then the Heat get a trade exemption that they could use of somewhere in like the 16-17 million dollar range to sign someone. So that could be, there's a lot of ifs there, but that's a pretty nice chunk of change to get a role player. Not going to get a star with that money, but maybe it's that plus if they really want to make a move, they can package it with another player. But I think they're going to see this season through with their core players, and then maybe add a piece if they really feel it's going to be a difference maker. I still like the Heat attacking the rim there. The Warriors obviously have been fortunate to get some blocks and force some misses there, but I'm happy with them attacking. Davion is at his best when he's attacking the rim and then taking threes. So I think he's doing a good job. I think that the team right now, this is not even like, this is low scoring from what we're used to seeing early in the season. So Powell's a little frustrated here. But again, we have a whole second half. And I think that the Heat are just trying to find a groove here. It might be another case where they're playing down a little bit. But again, in this league, you really can't sleep. There's teams that are punching up even with guys out. It's a good test for the team. I think that you got to win these games. You got to fight through them. And I look for people like Bam and Powell to start stepping up in the second half and do a little bit more to make sure that they can secure the dub and get a bigger lead on these guys. An offensive foul here. But Larson just sacrificing his body for these freaking charges, man. That's another thing you've seen go away, like the amount of charges being drawn. Like people aren't doing it. I guess just they're running back on. The second the shot goes up, they're moving. So nobody's like sticking around. So yeah, some of those things, box outs and charges and all that stuff, I feel like has gone down, especially for the Heat. I think that's something they gotta, you can do less of it, but it's core to their identity. Like drawing those fouls is huge, and getting in a position to force a turnover. Like it's tough. Second chance points, like you can't allow that to happen. That's been a little bit of an issue recently. The Warriors sneak it back in and they tie it. This guy came out of nowhere, Quentin Post. They picked him up last season. And I really don't know where he came from. And he's a stretch five. He hits a lot of threes. And a great pickup for them. Yeah, so if we're looking at the West right now, the Warriors they're 8th right now in the West with 9-7. Yeah, the Thunder again at the top, 14-1. Like that team is a juggernaut at this point. Followed by the Nuggets at number 2 and the Rockets at 3. There's a lot of logjam as well between the 8th spot where the Warriors are and the 2nd spot. It's like 10-3 are the Nuggets and they're 2nd, and the Warriors are 9-7. They're like right there. They've played more games clearly, but it's it says they're 2.5 games back from the 2nd spot. So it's not much, and really the top 2 through 5 is you got the Lakers are number 4 and the Spurs, who are having an incredible season. I did not expect those guys to be playing at this level this early on. Got Larson driving here, finding Bam open. Again, making the extra passes. Wiggins for 3. Missed it. But good ball movement. See, that's a tough one. A second chance points again. They're beating us to those. It's a long shot. It's not like, Bam is supposed to get that. That's whoever is out there. It's Wiggins or Larson or Jaime. They have to be more active on that stuff. It's not just their fault. I'm just saying team effort from that perspective. And then the question coming in here as the Warriors turn the ball over with a backcourt violation. So the Heat's only draft pick was Kaspers Yakachonis, and he was injured. He had like a light groin injury to start the season. He was cleared last week, and now he is played. They sent him to the G League affiliate, so he can get some reps, so he can play some games, which is exactly what I anticipated. I don't think he's ready to play, regular season game just yet. But he's played a couple games and they've been decent showings. I think they'll keep him down there for a while. I don't know how many games, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's close to 10. They don't really need a guard out there right now. They have a good depth in the current roster. So I would say maybe closer to the midway point, you might see him called up and get some reps and stuff. Send down some of the two-way guys. So that's where it's at. He hasn't played an actual NBA game just yet. He's playing in the G League right now, getting some reps. And he's still a work in progress, but he has a lot of potential. He could bring a lot of playmaking to this team. And I think developmental-wise, especially if Goran Dragic has a role with this team, with the Miami Heat, that combo, like being mentored by him, would be incredible. Even though I feel like he's a little bit more of a pass-first guard than Goran, but he's a combo guard. He could do a little bit of everything too. Bam gets a line here, which is good. He's been doing a good job of drawing those fouls at the free throw line, and he's mastering that. And then he's been taking and making more threes. So, I know some people aren't a fan of it, but it's like center in today's game is like, that's pretty important. It sucks. But we're not in the 90s or early 2000s anymore. Like the stretch 5 is a thing, and you need someone that can. What's crazy, he guards out there too. Like it's not just that he's taking it and then can't hit one. Like he's doing both. All right, so he forced a turnover here. Jaime drives it in, misses again. He's a little bit stronger tonight, but that putback, oof! I love seeing him get excited, and he might have gotten a tech here though. A little bit too excited. Oh, it's him and Spencer. So okay, Spencer. Look, Jaime isn't talking smack because he provoked it. Spencer is a well-known trash talker. This guy used to be a star lacrosse player. He's tough as nails, and so he doesn't give a damn. And he probably said something back to Jaime here, and it went back and forth. Like, yeah, he roughed him up. He dropped his shoulder there. Like this guy, I give him credit because tough dudes in the NBA are a dime a dozen. It's tough to come by these days. And he's like a little bit of a guard enforcer in a sense. Like he's not gonna fall down. He's not gonna let any easy baskets go by, hard fouls. Like a little bit more of a traditional tough guard you would see in the early 2000s, I would say. Hey, look, he's backing down Davion. Like, it's great defense by Davion, but he's not afraid of that. Just, going to Davion, he's been incredible. Like that guy fits like a glove here. His defense has been great. His offensive efficiency has been great. He's also racking up a good amount of assists. Like I think that there's games where he's having like 6-7 assists. I think that's what he's averaging. And honestly, like him getting that, you don't expect him to be a double-digit assist guy, but like get past the 5 mark on a regular basis and put your team in a position to score. That's all you can ask for. And then defensively, he does so much. Like he basically, if there's a tough guard assignment on the other end, like he's the guy who's going to pick it up. So he got the lead back up here to, 6 points as the quarter, the half is going to round down. And yeah, I think they'll find some more cushion in the second half. But again, allowing offensive rebounds and, putting yourself in a position where they're taking second chance points, like it's not going to work in the long run. So they got to keep finding ways to tighten it. But if you're scoring enough to compensate for that, I guess it's fine for now. But it's not great, especially when the playoffs come around. So definitely, we're seeing the amazing strengths that they've unveiled and they've kind of grown into this year. And you're starting to see also some of the weaknesses that they have. And we just got into the half, and we actually have a guest here. I just realized I haven't been looking at my phone, but we're gonna bring on a guest in JC. Gotta put on my headphones here because I can't hear what's going on. But yeah, what's your take so far on?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you can hear me now? All right, cool. No, it looks like they're playing down a little bit to the competition. They know the big dogs are out, so yeah, the offensive rebounding keeps on being an issue. But like you said, I think you said it earlier, and I agree with this. I was thinking about this the other day. It's like with these a lot of these 3-point shots and the way that the game is extending out, like you're going to get a lot of this, right? You're going to get a lot of these long rebounds, a lot of these I guess long rebound is the only way to say it. So I think the offensive rebounds are going to struggle a little bit on that end. So, but no, they look good, man. We've been texting throughout the season, every game, and like it's exciting to see the Heat play this way. It's been I remember, I guess the Big Three era was the last time that they played, close to this, really, because this pace is we've never seen before. So have you shared that the chart that I sent to you the other day? I don't know if you shared. I didn't see it earlier, but I was.
Oh, no.
It was like 3 minutes that I was looking at that chart. I'm like, where are the Heat? And it was all the way at the top as far as pace is concerned. So yeah, dude, they're exciting.
It is incredible to see that.
They're exciting, man. So what's your take so far on the game? Same thing, like just I think playing down to the quote unquote competition a little bit, knowing that the big dogs are out.
Yeah, I mean it sucks to see it, but they're definitely playing down. You would expect them to be out ahead by like 25 points.
Yeah, exactly. But like you said, man, look, this is the NBA. These the guys that are playing are not scrubs. Like they're gonna try to fight for playing time. And you're gonna get that. So this is the NBA. You got to go out every day and play your best ball. So
yeah, you're always gonna see those guys that step up. They're like the other night we saw it with the Knicks. Landry Shamet went off for like 36 points.
Yeah. Yeah, he went
And
off.
he's never been known for that.
Yeah, agreed. And you were mentioning earlier, and I agree with this. Like I think the opposite. Some people are talking about Hero stepping in, and it's gonna somewhat bog down the offense or be a distraction on the offense. I completely disagree. I think he's gonna fit into this offense perfectly. He actually said it the other day. He's like, my entire career I've played in offenses like this that are up tempo, that are kind of positionless, if you will. So I think if anything, I think he's going to strive in this offense, especially him that he's very run and gun. I see him fitting perfectly in this. If anything, I think, and it's weird to say this, but I think the offense takes a step up. Just having that extra 3-point option, which now they're shooting well right now, but Hero's a very good 3-point shooter. So having that arsenal back is going to be huge. I'm excited to see him in this flow and in this offense.
Him winning the 3-point competition last year and being like top 5, top 6, people forget about that.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that he said that. Like, and it just goes to show you like the mentality of the players, the mentality of this organization. But he said it the other day. He was like so positive about how he's going to fit into this offense. There was no lack of confidence on his end. It was on the contrary. He was like, yeah, I've played in this type of offense my entire career. Like, we're going to be fine. I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
So I love that. And I agree completely.
Yeah, I totally agree. So it looks like he shot whatever from the 3-point line. Overall 39%, but the Warriors are 28%. It's definitely been a slow game.
Yeah, very slow.
I think coming out of the half, though, one of the big things they got to do is involve Bam and continue to drive and then open up the 3-point line. Like a little bit of how they started in the first half, and then kind of like keep opening up those 3-point shots with Fontecchio and some of the other guys.
Are you watching it on Prime?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm watching it on NBA The Ticket, and all you get is the back, like the arena stuff that's happening.
Oh,
so
yeah.
watching, like,
the in-game stuff.
Yeah, the in-game stuff, which is actually, I was watching it here with Mari the other day. She's like, I kind of like this. This is nice. Like, you see the
I like
things
it
that are
better,
happening
honestly.
in the arena, and I was like, yeah, I kind of like it. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
You feel like you're there.
And with League Pass, when you see it from other random teams, it's so funny, man. Like,
Yeah,
their
it is.
halftime performances, they're like, I don't know, a lady who's like doing like plates on sticks and stuff.
It's so random.
Doing a unicycle, like little toddler races, like the most random things.
Everybody's halftime is completely different. It's so funny.
Also, I'm sure that he'd still do it, but I would love to see like the golden oldies.
I saw them the other day. They were they were dancing the other day. Yeah, they're still there.
It's amazing. There's other teams that do that too, but they call it something different.
And then what's the team that the mascot jumps through the hoop to it's like a man, who is it? I
Not the
want to
Magic,
say that
right?
he like jumps through fire and stuff.
Damn. Suns?
Is that OKC? Who's OKC's mascot? Let me see if I can Google this.
mean, something that's been really interesting is seeing some of these teams that you did not expect to be at the top, like the 76ers.
Mm.
That VJ Edgecombe kid looks like he's gonna be he's gonna be a star.
So the players are finally trusting the process over there.
That's mostly playing without Embiid and Paul George.
Uh,
So a little bit of the Heat situation, but worse, way worse.
I've always been I've never been a huge Paul George fan for whatever reason. I just I don't know. I don't. Something about him has always been a little bit underachieving, if you will, for his size and his skill set. But maybe that's just me. But I've never been a huge fan. Maybe because he also played in those Pacers teams that
Yeah.
the Heat rivaled very
Yeah,
aggressively. But yeah,
I think that's
he's
part
always
of it.
been one of the, yeah, it could be, but he's always been one of those players that I don't know. Yeah, maybe I just don't love him. Just like Paul
I
Pierce.
think he's talented. I just don't like his
Yeah.
game anymore.
Yeah, very talented.
He
Watching
used to attack the rim like crazy.
they're showing highlights of Nikola. He's such a stud, bro.
Oh, Jokic.
Yeah, just
The other night he had like 51 points through 3 quarters.
like and the worst part is you watch him and he's so outside of obviously just his passing but he has a boring game. Like he's slow, he's methodical, he's a little kind of like anti the game right now. And but he's so good. He's just so incredible. He impacts the game in so many different ways.
I mean, I don't know how to take it, but people like him and people like Luka Doncic dictate the pace that they want to play.
Yeah.
And it's different than this fast pace, everyone's moving, ball moving. Like they need the ball in their hands a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I agree.
those
I
guys
agree with
are
that.
the offense on those two.
Well, yeah, no, the ball 100% goes through him, and you see that when they play. But again, it's just like it's such a, and again, it's not boring. I don't mean it. I don't know. I can't find a better word, but it's just like you look at him and it's like, wow, this is boring. And then he does something, you're like, wow, what the heck was that? Like, what a pass!
It's not just like
what vision?
Yeah.
What you know?
it feels like old man ball.
Yeah,
like pick
it
up
does feel
ball.
like a man ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the smart and they know where to go and know how to, like they have the vision, but they don't have the athleticism.
Yeah, like the old guy at LA Fitness with all the knee braces and the ankle braces, but just making
Like,
dime passes.
times.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is, man. And again, I it's probably he probably stands out like a sore thumb in today's day and age just because of the pace of the game. Because if he would have played in the 90s, maybe it would have been less. Not his impact, but just like the way that he stands out.
Yeah.
But man, it's incredible to watch him play. It's actually one of my
I
favorite
think the thing
players
that
to
I
watch
noticed
play.
last year is that the way he passes, I'm like, that looks familiar, right? And then they showed the whole clip of him playing fucking water polo.
Mm,
Oh, that's exactly
that makes
it's
a
the
lot of
exact
sense.
hand movement.
I didn't know he
It's-
played water polo.
Yeah.
That makes total sense now. Yeah, he actually
How
had.
he holds the ball and how he dimes it. It's just literally like
What was it the other? Was it the other day? The Heat that he had the behind the back pass right under the basket.
that seems like every night.
Very freaking game, but he had one against the Heat, and yeah. Now that you say that, that's exactly what that is. That's like that water polo weird, like kind of like 90-degree hold the ball. Yeah, that's funny. No, he's a stud, man. I do love watching him play.
I wanted to pull up his stats because he's having another MVP year. Number 1 in rebounds. number 1 in assists.
Okay.
And number 2, oh, it's fantasy points. I mean, that's like an aggregate of all of it. So him and Luca are top 2.
Hmm. So, by the way, the Phoenix Suns mascot is the one that looks like
Yeah,
he jumps
the
through
Suns.
hoops. Yeah. Is it a gorilla?
I think so.
A random mascot. Yeah, it's the Suns. Why is it a gorilla? Phoenix
Yeah, I
Suns.
always wondered that.
What the heck is that? So weird. Like the Spurs is a coyote, right?
Yeah.
Sure, I get that. Okay, they're in the desert. Fair. Timberwolves, they're the Wolves.
The one that the Magic have is kind of weird.
I mean, Bernie is Bernie. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
that's kind of weird too.
No, but at least it's made out of a flame.
Yeah, no, I get that. But it's like, but the Bucks have a buck. Okay. Philadelphia. What the hell is that? Game started.
That's how it started. Yeah. Wow.
Did it start for you? I think I was a little. You were a little behind me.
Yeah, right now I just saw Larson shoot it.
Oh, okay, then yeah, we're good. Jeez.
They keep getting those mismatches.
Yeah.
They force that switch on purpose. Like I said, 6'5" on 6'11".
Yeah, I mean, just come on. Larson's been a bright star too, man. I really like his game. Great complimentary player.
He really has. This season, he's averaging 10 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds, shooting 54% and 38 from 3.
Where was he at
Almost
before?
39. We drafted him last year in the second round.
Oh, that's right.
He went to Arizona. So we got Ware and him.
Mm-hmm.
Wiggins for
Nice.
3. Kaboom.
Let's go.
I'm really curious what the Draymond Green illness is. Airball.
Ah,
Second chance points and that one. Yeah.
damn it.
It's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That was a heads up play though. Woody being able to pass it.
It's tough on an air ball like that too.
Yeah.
Expecting it
Nobody
to
anticipated
bounce
it.
off the rim. Wow.
Airball.
Speaking of air balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Larson last game
I
had
have-
like 13 points and 7 rebounds.
Who?
Larson.
Hmm. Wow. Oh, come on. Wiggins game too, man. I love the way that he's playing this year. Especially backing people down, getting in the paint.
He's been really good at that mid-range to paint area.
Yeah, he's long, man. Reminds me of like, especially with that kind of mid range. There's times that he reminds me of Luol Deng, like getting into that kind of mid range game, and then just like those long arms with that shot.
Yeah. It's good defense here. Larson for 3. Right.
That's fine. Keep shooting. Wow. Jeez.
Solid rebound there by Powell.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you better call that.
Yeah. It's good vision there, man. I really do like his game.
He attacks all the time, and he's really good at it.
Warriors are 27% from 3. Right, look at Jimmy.
Big face hat. Cares more about coffee than the Heat.
You said earlier about Goran. Does he officially have a position with the Heat, or is he just kind of lurking?
I thought there were rumors. I don't know if it was any official.
Okay, yeah, because no, I had heard the same thing. I just didn't know if there was something official. Nice try.
Nice attack. Oof.
Good drive though.
Yeah.
I want to see Bam more aggressive like that. So he's just trying to get back into the groove.
Nice. Look at Larson, man. He was down there wide open.
Good ball movement.
Great ball movement.
I locked up.
Larson again. Shoot it.
That's a good look, though. I'll take that.
It's a good look.
Rebound.
Good rebound.
Ow.
There we go.
You can't keep him locked up for too long, dog. That guy's just a born scorer.
Yeah.
Wakes up, gets out of bed, and just starts scoring.
Amazing. I'm going to grab a refill real quick. 1 sec.
Yes, sir. Little fresh La Rubia.
La Rubia vibes. So yeah, I was talking about the Sixers, man. It's so weird to see that team perform well and have like Embiid and George out. But the young guys, those Maxi's good, really good. But VJ Edgecombe, he's like performing really well for being a rookie. Probably like top 3 in rookie of the year voting right now.
I haven't seen them play much. But yeah,
honestly, he reminds me of it's like a little bit of Dwayne Wade. A lot to say. Jimmy Butler, a little bit of that. And And I don't know what the third thing is, but he's like a two-way defender. And he just like he attacks the rim and he's able to score at all levels.
So the Sixers are fifth in the East at the moment. That East, that top seven, man, top seven, top eight.
Yeah.
That's gonna be. I mean, outside of the Pistons, it's all a couple games apart. I know it's still early in the season, but a lot of parity.
I mean, the Pistons didn't start off great either. Like they started off, I think they lost the first two, or right? They have two losses.
13-2.
Yeah, like they started off with two losses and like, oh, and they just fucking went off.
They have an 11-game win streak. It's wild.
They deserve it. That's a team that a couple years ago they went on a 26 or 28 game losing streak. And I knew even that season that they weren't that bad. It was just pure bad luck. Like not a great team, but like to lose 28 in a row, it takes some bad luck too.
Yeah. Western Conference, geez, Thunder 14-1. Stay hot.
They're insane.
Stay hot. Let's see.
I don't know who defeats them, honestly. It has to be like a positional advantage in a playoff series, but they're so deep that it's kind of scary.
God, geez, that Spencer guy, man. Dude looks like he straight up came out of LA Fitness to play basketball.
Yeah. I told you he was a lacrosse player. Like you don't expect to see guys like him on the court.
Damn, can't find the freaking bottom of the net. Good looks though.
This is my fear with Bam at this stage of the game. Usually, if he doesn't get involved this much, or like at this stage of the game, it's tougher for him to get shots. So like it's tougher for him to get going.
Come on, guys.
Wow. Yeah, you could tell the Warriors are in the zone right now. Wow. You're going to have to hit some perimeter shots here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's another reason why I'm excited for Hero to come back. He could be a little bit of a zone killer with that three.
Yeah.
Whereas, obviously we're shooting well from three, but he gives you that, Powell-esque type 3-point shooting. Wow.
Skip pass from Spencer across the change the angle and a hard baseline drive. Pajemski leaning in.
Great hair. Very job.
They have another guy in that team called Guy Santos, and he looks almost identical to Verjao.
That's funny. I saw on X the other day the Wade dunk on Verja.
Oh yeah.
Never gets old. Never gets old.
It was so well done. Like the sequence too, right before it.
Yeah, the block.
Yeah. The ball movement again.
Yeah, they're playing zone. What?
Take a step before dribbling.
Eric's pissed, man.
Yeah.
stay resilient and tough-minded with a couple skip passes.
Wow. That might be the first lead of the game. Yep, there it is.
Hey,
And for 3.
he heard you.
Yeah,
Said, hold my beer.
I want to be proven wrong.
I do agree with you, though. Traditionally, it's been very tough, but I like the fact that he's not shying away from it. He's shooting. He's driving to the basket. You could just tell he's a little out of rhythm. He was out, what,
Yeah.
4 games?
Yeah.
4 games. So
Yeah,
takes a
at least
minute.
4, I think.
Ow, won a game, bro. At least
Say, him and Fontecchio know how to get it.
won a game.
Are they calling it on the floor, though?
No, he was shooting. Oh, that's a shot. No, that's
He's going up.
yeah. No, that has to be in the process of shooting. Got to review that.
He wants to go up.
Wow.
Wow.
Look at you, Hake.
He got the foul. Good. Get to the line somehow.
Split
Which was
that
one
zone,
thing
man.
that Jimmy would do for us. So, like, we need someone else to do that because Hero definitely isn't that guy. He
Fair.
doesn't draw that many fouls.
In over 14 drives a game, so it's become harder for him because of the way the zone is.
I love Jaime's game, man. Felt so bad for him and his struggles last year. But
Yeah.
this offense
fell off.
really is. If it really did feel off, but I love his game and he's flourishing in this offense. This guy Spencer,
Oof.
bro.
He got in the right
Only-
lane. Gonna take a tough shot. Wow. He hit the front.
Come on.
Can't
My
allow.
God. Wow.
Jeez.
That's what happens.
This guy's undrafted, by the way. Very
Wow.
much a Heat player.
The big dude?
Yep.
What's his name? Post?
Quentin Post.
Post. Great last name.
Yeah. He doesn't play in the post much, but yeah.
There you go. See what activities they're doing in the arena. Heat Hype Band from Florida Memorial University.
So a few more stats on the Heat. They are second in assist rate in the league. That's 30 a game.
Wow.
It's pretty impressive. I think last year they were way lower than that.
How far down are they on offensive rebounds?
28th.
Yes. Jeez.
The thing is, that's us getting offensive rebounds. It's more about like just rebounding, so we
Sorry.
don't allow offensive rebounds.
Sorry,
We're
defensive
22nd in
rebounds.
rebounds.
Okay.
Yeah, we're bottom third.
Yeah.
They got to be at least middle of the pack.
That's Achilles' heel right now for sure.
Mm-hmm. But at least they're shooting well. Like they have the most 3 points made. I think per game it's 16.2. 3-point percentage, they're 8th, shooting 37.5 as a team, which is crazy.
Nice.
And 8th in field goal percentage, 48.8. That VJ Edgecombe kid I was telling you about, he's a rookie, but he's averaging like 15, 5, and 4
Mm.
on.
Jeez.
No, it says how many minutes here. He's playing over 30 minutes a game. 32, 35, 37 starter minutes. I believe he was the 3rd overall pick.
That's wild. 76ers, right?
Playing the Sixers and Raptors right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that Kings Thunder game is going to be a blowout. The Kings are a mess, and the Thunder are just
Well, it's
on
58-50
another
right
level.
now.
The Timberwolves are that's a blowout.
My goodness.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the Thunder game now in the 3rd quarter is going to be 20-plus point lead.
Wizards are 1-12. They have 11 game losing streak. My God.
The Wizards and the Nets are terrible.
And what happened to the Pacers, man?
That one is the most shocking. Didn't expect to drop off that bad.
Oh,
I think they'll figure it out, like enough to be in the middle of the pack and be like playing.
I know, man, but I mean, figure it out when you're 1-13 already. Jeez.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to like
they'll
big
go on little
turnaround
streaks
here.
here or there.
Yeah. And the Bucks the same thing. Well, Bucks are 8-7, so I can't really rag on them.
But Giannis just got hurt for like a week or two.
Yeah, it's gonna be a dogfight here. Like Magic, Celtics, Bulls, Hawks, 76ers, Heat. Like that little middle of the pack there.
Yeah,
That's gonna be interesting.
the Bulls are sneaky good this year. I thought they were going to be really bad.
There you go, another offensive rebound.
Spencer kid.
LA Fitness has to. The worst part is on these defensive rebounds is like, if you tell me it's defensive rebounds on quick shots that the offense is taking, then fair enough. But
Post guy,
they're
man.
playing good defense. Yeah, geez, post. But they're playing good defense. Like they're forcing bad shots and then getting out rebounded. That's the most frustrating part.
Yeah.
Post, your boy.
Again, you expect this when you got a bunch of new guys. Someone's going to have a game.
Yeah.
Oh. Look, this is a guy I told you looks like Vershao.
Oh, where is he?
The one who fouled him. They're not showing
There
him.
he is. Jimmy again. Oh, has he been back? Yeah, he's been back, right? Since
Jimmy?
the trade? Yeah.
Yeah, he played once here. He did a whole little tribute video for him.
Montage. He had a good stretch here, man.
I mean, top 5 Heat player of all time, essentially.
And you went to the finals. I don't care if it was a bubble or not the bubble. Yeah, twice. I don't care if it was a bubble or not the bubble.
Look, Santos here.
Good defense. Oh, come on. That was good defense.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, Santos. Yeah, that's funny. Does look like
They're both Brazilian, that's why.
Yeah. Great hair as well.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely an uncommon offensive game for the Heat.
Yeah. They'll go on a stretch here. But yeah, they look a little out of sync today. Gotta get Powell involved too.
Yeah.
Nice drive. God dang it. Nice.
Amazing.
Good work. Where did Jaime play in college again?
UCLA.
Of course, it would be UCLA. Mexican dude. Funny. Are both his parents from Mexico, or what? Just one of them?
I don't know actually. I thought both were.
Not a lot of Mexican basketball players.
No.
Yeah, that's a good stat to look up.
Yeah, post 7 of 12, 3 threes. Not even a lot of rebounds, but still. Not a great shot there. You got to get the rebound. Great pass to Drew.
Oh, jeez.
Got blocked. I mean, Gary Payne Jr. is or Gary Payne the third. He's a good defender. Spencer's off. Wiggins with the rebound.
Ah,
Rough pass. There are two guys down there. Timeout.
there's two Mexican basketball players right now. Jaime and Juan Toscano Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
He plays for Utah.
He doesn't really play, though.
Well, yeah.
I haven't
he's-
seen that guy like get playing time for a while.
Yeah, well, that's where. Yeah, only two. Yeah,
Good.
yeah. Of course. Of course, my dude. Jumped all over him.
He just pushed him before the rebound.
Great pass.
Yeah.
More of that,
They
please.
haven't been able to get any lobs to wear. He only has 3 points tonight. Spencer and Payne are both guys that are just like pests. Taking that step back, bro.
That's the LA Fitness step back, bro.
Yeah, that's such an LA finish shot.
All right, fourth quarter.
Definitely low score. The chances that he blow up in the third. He scored 29 in the first, and then it's only been 20 and 23. So they need like a 30-point fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to get Powell a little bit more involved here. How many points does Powell have?
Not a lot. He has 8 points so far.
Gotta get him
Wiggins
involved a
leads with
little bit more.
15. Bam with 11. The Warriors right now, their benchers are what's outperforming.
Hmm.
They got Post with 17, Healed with 12, Payne with 7, Spencer with 7. And the Heat's bench only has like under 20 points.
Yeah, struggling today.
The one thing to call out is that Jovic hasn't even checked into the game. I don't think they're playing him tonight.
Oh, I think he was out. I think they said it right before the game.
You
He
roll him
was
out.
gonna be out. Yeah, they ruled him out.
Yeah, the Heat right now are shooting 36% across the board, both regular field goal and 3-point. Like,
Mm.
can't really win a game that way. But
No.
the Warriors are also shooting terrible, 34% and 28 from 3. It's just like everyone's off. Or good defense.
Mm. Jeez. Yep.
Nice shot from Wiggins.
Yep. Yep. Pushed him in the back.
Good offensive possession, quality shot for him.
Nice.
Nice. Good rebound there.
Fuck. I finished there. I like that though. Wow.
Oh, dude.
Drew, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Spoelstra's not playing, puppy.
Bro.
Right to Spoelstra. Great pass.
Yeah.
Wow, what a pass.
Mm-hmm.
It's good vision.
Good shot.
That's a good, very good shot.
Good hands there.
Up. Ah. Yep.
He got it.
Yep. Keep shooting, bro. I want that guy to keep shooting.
All day.
You know, to look at the short overcommitment by Buddy Hield. He's used to having people do that to him on the 3-point line.
Where did he get him on the foot?
Rifles that one over Hawkins.
Yeah, he kind of ran into his hip.
Oh, his hand.
Yeah, but body to
But I
body
guess-
contact too.
Yeah, but yeah, I want that guy shooting every time he has the ball.
He's a pretty
Would
good
you
free
say
throw
that?
shooter.
Would you say that was basically like he's basically the Robinson kind of substitute? Like he's stepping in that type of role?
Yeah, 100%. Sharpshooter, and I would argue that he plays a little bit better defense.
Hmm.
I think he's a little bit shorter than Robinson, but pretty much equal in height. The key
And can
difference
drive,
is that
too.
he doesn't need a lot of what do you call it, picks to get open.
The defense,
Drew's a pest, man.
great defense. Hit him
Oh,
again.
no way.
Nice.
Oh.
Wow. I'll fucking take that.
Hey. Bucket's a bucket.
I'll take that.
Heat in his zone right now.
Shit.
And that's Yield's game. He's gonna take a lot of threes. We're taking 12. Yep. That's the third foul on them?
I want to hate on Drew Smith's game, but then he does shit that I love him. Like on defense, he's such a pest, and he does the little things.
Yeah. He's not a sexy player, but he does a lot of little things.
Good drive by Fontecchio. Where? Look at you.
You got to finish that. Off.
Look at that.
Look
Look
at
at
him.
Smith again. Jeez.
That's huge. Those are extra possessions. Smart plays.
Pop it.
Man,
Look at
nothing's
Jaime.
going.
Oh, that's goaltending.
That's goaltending.
Yeah, it's goaltending. Am I like a second ahead of you?
Yeah, like a split maybe. Or maybe my stream is like me
Great
hearing you.
rebounds. Great rebounds. Going back to the Ware play, that's the one area of Ware's game that like I want to see improve. It's those putbacks and stuff like that, going up with aggression. I feel like he finesses a little bit at times, you know. It doesn't
Yeah.
play to his size. It's like, man, you're a big dude, bro. Go up hard.
I think he just has to keep kind of like going through the training program that he'd have him on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pack some muscle, some weight. But that takes seasons, you know? Nothing's going in.
Jeez.
Oh,
yeah.
they threw it away.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He might have tipped it.
Kurt's pointing.
Ready?
Yeah. They should challenge it. There. He's Fine.
Okay, so.
So from tonight's games, we have Con Knipple, 28 points for the Hornets. He's a rookie.
Jeez. Yeah, I saw him play the other day.
He looks legit too.
Yeah, he can play.
He had 5 threes. Sixers, they had Tyrese Maxey also had 5 threes. So did Cre8ives. That's 9 threes between two guys there.
Rockets are beating the Cavs right now. The fourth quarter.
Top 3 teams in the league are Thunder, Nuggets, and Rockets.
Yeah. Bulls play today. The Trailblazers at 10. Knicks Mavs should be a Knicks win. The way the Mavs are playing.
Mavs are playing pretty bad. Team's a mess.
Mm. When do we play again? Friday? Yeah, we play the Bulls on Friday.
It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah. Oh, we freaking shoot like this, it will be.
This feels like an off game, though.
Oh, shit. They didn't overturn it.
They did not?
No.
Oh, I'm late.
Oh, you know what it is? Is that yeah. I'm getting the in
Oh,
arena
yeah, that's what you got.
camera. Yeah. Sorry, bro. I'm just breaking news quicker than you. I've got the in-game arena camera. I mean, it looked pretty conclusive to me, but whatever. I'll take it.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if it's pretty or ugly, you just want to win, but it's been on the difficult side for Courtside.
All right,
Jeez,
pal.
bro.
The Warriors 1 for 6.
Wow.
Where? Get out of the way, dude.
You saw how he like backed off. He's like, oh, wait.
Yeah, he said, "Let me get out of the way." Bergeron.
Nope.
Good reap. Ah.
Come on. Okay, now you got to capitalize.
I'll take that. Pop it. Fuck.
Good shot.
Very good shot. I'll take that. I want him shooting all the time, too. Damn.
Tough.
Score 34% for Miami shooting, 32 for Golden State. Teams have been able to score at that free throw line, which is keeping them in it. Let's hop into 100.
Right now we're looking at heat up what 83-78. Shooting is so bad tonight.
77.
Yeah, 77, probably 78. I mean, both teams shooting what 35% for the Heat and 33% for the Warriors.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Come on, let's go on a little run here. Jesus
Oh man.
Christ. Wow.
Oof,
And that
rimmed out.
Nice. I'll take that. Pop it.
Ooh.
Take that. Capitalize.
Count it?
And a foul.
Wow.
And a foul. Look at that. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, he got smacked. And one. That little
Dude's
runner, man.
ignitable.
He's got that thing.
Yeah. That's huge.
Wade used to have that little mid-range runner.
Loved watching Wade, bro.
Yeah. Let's go. Come on. Good defense.
Look at
Good
this.
job. Oh,
Full court press.
get back. Yes.
Look at that. Let's go.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. One in this guy's hands. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. One in this
Good
guy's
offense.
hands. Good little run there.
Yeah.
Good, beautiful pump fake. Jeez. Guy just
Knows
his
how to score.
offense. Yeah, just incredible.
That's it.
Incredible. By the way, that court is a 10 out of 10. That
Yeah.
court's insanely nice. What a job they did.
This year they added the nice little touches with like the palm trees on the edges.
Palm trees. Yeah, it's beautiful.
On palm trees.
So they have the, I don't know if they did this last year because I didn't have the NBA, the league pass, and I haven't been to a game in a while. But they do the La Hora Loca now. I don't know. I don't know if they've been doing it, but it's so Miami.
Yeah. True to us.
Very true. But it's cool. Their in-game graphics and stuff for the Vice City is really nice.
I think them adding the new center like video board with shaped like a ball and having the ring around it, like that thing is like a game changer because you could design
Oh, is
graphics, visuals for that.
Oh, is it new?
Yeah.
Oh, because oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they took out that other one. I haven't seen it
Like
though. Like I haven't noticed.
in the arena, you notice it. The Warriors have only scored 4 points this quarter.
There it is, Jimmy Butler
And less
again.
food. I mean, that's the whole starting lineup.
I had a penny for every time they showed Butler this game.
Yeah. I mean, we got used to seeing that too. He would sit out 20, 30% of a season.
Yeah. What's your take on what's going on over there? Like the rumblings and kind of the back and forth and the daggers that
From
have
the
been
Warriors
thrown. Yeah.
or from Jimmy?
No, with the Warriors and Jimmy and just like the things in the media that have been said. Like, who are they talking about? Because I know like Perkins has been out there saying shit. Not Perkins. Draymond has been saying shit. Like, who the hell are they talking about?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like when you got both Jimmy and Draymond in the locker room, it's gonna be tough to not deal with any egos or like stuff that's off the court.
Yeah.
Draymond has a podcast. Jimmy's Jimmy.
Jimmy's Jimmy. Let's go.
Nice. This is a little crossover that works for him. You gotta hit your free throws.
What specifically do you think is clicking for Jaime as opposed to last year?
Like I said, I feel like he's doubling down on what he's good at, but I feel like he's doing with a little bit more vision or like intention. So just putting his head down, he's like being able to read it ahead of time a little bit more. So he's able to convert more on it.
Good D. Better shot, but good D.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bam didn't want that foul. Spencer guy's tough.
He's a Heisman Trophy winner. Is that what they
Is
just
he?
said?
No. I guess they're
They said
saying that the move was that he kicked off.
Oh, I was like, what?
Or some
I
off.
swear I heard that.
No, he played lacrosse. He didn't play football.
But they said something that sounded like that. Hold on.
Did Canes Cats Heats say that good evening from the stadium, gentlemen? Someone's there. Let's see it live.
Oh, what is it, Spencer? What's his first name?
Is it Cam?
Yeah. Jeez.
That's an incredible shot.
Jeez. Stay hot, dog.
Good pass.
Up it.
And for three.
Up it.
Nice. That is third one. Nice.
Second.
3 or 4. It's nice.
Oh, 3 or 4?
Yep.
It's a bad foul.
Second team foul. Big man, quick reversal pass, post late getting out. No problem for
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, that is a huge improvement in this game to be able to pop that.
Yep.
You know, and if it's not working around the rim, to be able to stretch the court and be able to hit that, I'll take it. Ah,
Come on, man. Nice.
great defense.
Ooh.
Great
Quick hands by
defense.
Davion.
Did Davion get into foul trouble? Because I feel like he's been out for a little bit.
I don't know.
I feel like he missed a good chunk of the game.
Yeah, he has 4 personal fouls.
Yeah. There we go.
Good defense. Good defense.
Great defense. Let's go, Mitchell. Ah,
But Jemski did force that. It's good
I'll take
getting
that,
back
though.
on defense.
yeah.
Nice.
I'll take that.
Job by Bam there.
Yeah, man. I love that part of his game that's developing.
He's
I mean,
proving
he's
the
had that
trend I
for-
brought up wrong. He's actually
Which one?
the one that I said, like, if he's not in a rhythm by the first half, that the second half it becomes difficult.
But I mean, I guess if anything, that's showing the growth of his game. You know,
Yep.
being able to step out. Because yeah, traditionally you're 100% right. Wow, jeez, leave him open.
This game isn't out of reach until
Mm-hmm.
there's 24 seconds left and you're up by 8.
That's a good first step. That's a good first step.
Ooh,
That's a good first step, and you got to give him the foul there.
man, you're gonna hit this, huh? All right. Get the rebound. Look at Davion.
Good defense.
Look at this. Good D.
Good defense.
That's a foul.
Yeah.
All right, nice. I'd be taking control here. We're in the bonus. We get 2 free throws.
And there it is. Now you got to respect that 3-point shot from Bam. We'll do that to you. That was a foul too, by the way.
Yeah. See, he got 7 just this quarter. Nice. Like the Warriors, you know, when they got their stars on the court, they can compete with pretty much anyone. But their depth is showing. Like they stayed in this game, but they only have 90 points.
Mm.
Played better defense you'd expect, but
I mean, there is an argument to be had that having Draymond and Jimmy in a game like this slows the game down a lot for the Warriors. So
yeah, they would have scored. Like Jimmy would have scored more.
I champion to. I want to see our full squad with their full squad. Powell, my
Oof.
goodness.
Dagger.
Yeah, it's game. Like my grandfather used to say, turn off the lights. The party's over.
Spencer kid doesn't give up though.
Oh, man. Gotta get those LA Fitness points.
Wiggins. And
All right,
one.
get the-
That's a foul, man. Just not gonna call it at this stage.
Wow.
All right, so it looks like the Heat are gonna pull this one off, advance to 9-6, and go 7-1 at home. Wow. Just for good measure. Powell with 25 points. I think that's a season average, or 26. It felt like he didn't have a great game, but he went 10 of 14.
I was just gonna say that it felt like he had a slow game. He just popped off here in the fourth.
Yeah,
All right, good
that's what you
game.
need from leaders, though. Like him and Bam stepping up in the fourth, closing it out.
With this win tonight, that's a meaningful meeting in midcourt.
Avoided a crisis. Got a good win at home.
Solid win.
Yep. All right. I will leave you, sir. I got to prep because I got another podcast tomorrow.
Sounds good, man.
Algorithm, baby.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
See
man.
you
This
tomorrow.
was fun. See you, man. Have a good one.
See ya. All right, guys. So it looks like the Heat pulled it off. It was definitely a closer matchup than we would have anticipated or wanted. But at the end of the day, what matters is closing out games. And you had your two leaders in Norm Powell and Bam Adebayo just stepping up when it mattered the most. Again, lower scoring game than we're used to seeing for the Heat, but it's crazy how one season makes such a difference, because 110 was basically like the average of the Miami Heat last year, and now we're saying it's like a 10 to 15 point reduction from what they're used to scoring. So we're still getting used to this new offense. It doesn't come with its weaknesses, obviously on the rebound side, sometimes with turnovers. There's definitely things to tighten up, but the Heat pulled up with a 38-point fourth quarter to really like seal the deal here. And that's a little bit different than what we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing like took close games or they let it slip at the end, but this was nice to see them step on the gas and close it out strong, knowing that the other team was down, their whole starting lineup. Again, a win is a win. The East is very wide open right now, and the Heat, I believe, now move into the sixth spot. We'll see when everything settles, but they're definitely in the mix, and this is looking like a top 5, top 6 seed in the East, maybe higher if they string more things together and Hero comes on board and does what he wants to do. I think he's going to be incredible. I think he's going to be he's going to fit right into this offense, and it's just a matter of shuffling some pieces. I guess the weird thing was, I'm assuming he was a late scratch, but Jovic not playing tonight. You want to see him get back in action. You want to see him actually get in a groove. He's struggled to start the year. And then seeing other guys like Jaime didn't have the best game, but 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists. That's pretty solid for a guy off the bench. And he gave you 4 offensive rebounds there. So did Ware. Those guys were pretty big on the glass. Ware ended the game with 16 rebounds. Just had 7 points, but he got rebounds. He was brought on to do a lot of that. Bam ended with 7 rebounds, so kind of freed him up from having to do some of that. And it's nice to see the team clicking when it matters. I think that they're building on some success early on. Again, now advancing to 9-6, they're in a good spot, and they've only lost one game at home. I think that's pretty big. Last year, pretty sure that they were under 500 at the end. When it came to home games, so they've fixed some of that, and they did the reverse today. They had a lead, they lost it in that second, third quarter, but then they took off and just blew it out of the game at the end. So I think that we're seeing a very different team, and it's exciting every night tuning in, not really knowing what you're going to get. You're going to get pace, and you're going to get some decent scoring. But even today was slower scoring than what you're used to seeing this season. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on the game so far. We're going to circle a few other games coming soon. We do this probably every 2-3 weeks, once a month maybe. But we're looking at a few other games coming down the horizon in December, I believe. We're probably going to do sometime in mid to late December, if not early January. There's a game on the 29th against the Nuggets that should be entertaining to watch. There's just so much going on in the league now. Right now, if you look at the standings, there's teams that you wouldn't expect to be where they're at. You got the Raptors and the Sixers up there in the East. Teams you would expect to be in the bottom third. And then you have the Pacers. We talked about them. I don't know how they're playing so bad. Halliburton is one guy, and he's an important guy, but it's kind of shocking to see a team like fall down to second last or 2-13, right? They're like right there with the Nets. Like the Nets and the Wizards are clearly at the bottom. And then you have the Hornets right after that. But the rest of the East is kind of open. You have the Bucks at 8. And yeah, that pretty much 4 through 11 is logjam right now in the East. So they're all separated by a game. There's a lot to compete for. I think the East, the Heat specifically, they still need to work things out. This is a new offense. This is a new roster makeup that they're getting a full season with. Spoelstra is doing what he can to maximize these players, and it's showing. They're winning games by a differential of about 4 points. They're averaging 123, almost 124 points a game. That's pretty big. But yeah, the differential, that means that they're allowing 119. That's more than you're used to seeing. Like they're not usually in the I think they're 16th or 18th in defensive rating. They're used to being top 10. So there's a lot of things to tighten up. But yeah, I think coming back to the game and coming back, Adrian chiming in here saying that I won't do a Christmas Day stream. Probably not. That would be a lofty goal, but we'll see. We'll see if we pull out. The Heat won't be playing, so it won't be as exciting. But yeah, it's going to be a stacked card with the matchups that day. Yeah, it's the Heat this season are exciting to watch. I've never seen offense click like this. Norman Powell has been a blessing for this team. He really just is instant offense. Even starting off relatively slow, he had an amazing shooting night, got 25 points again. Cannot wait to see what that looks like when Tyler Hero is back on the team. It seems like he might be coming back probably in the next week or so. So be nice to see him get some reps, fit into this offense. As JC mentioned early on the stream, I think you will see him stretch out the floor even more because he does take some pretty deep threes and he's able to hit them at a high clip. And that's something that not too many guys on the team are like. Powell's taking a few of them, but he doesn't take them that far. I'm not saying that I want Hero to just do that, but him making a few of those definitely clears the lane and makes defenses really have to second guess where they're positioned on the floor to try and defend that. So it could be a zone breaker. It could be just something that is going to help the team really be even more dynamic offensively. I don't know how much more ceiling there is to grow offensively, scoring 125 a game. But hey, if he's able to push that by a couple points and a few games where we're going into that 130, 140 range, like that's tough to beat. It's tough to beat. So yeah, looking ahead at the upcoming schedule, the Heat will be playing the Bulls on Friday, right? And that game is an 8 o'clock game in Chicago. The Bulls are a tough team this season. They are, they're definitely better than I expected. Josh Giddey and some of those guys are outperforming what you would expect them to be doing at this stage, and it's not going to be an easy matchup in my opinion. So that's a game on Friday. I don't know which way it goes. Ideally the Heat pull that off, but it's going to be a battle. And I think they even beat the Thunder recently. Then you got the Sixers coming up on Sunday, and then the Mavericks are in town on Monday. So Sunday, Monday, we have back-to-backs. Fortunately for the Heat, the Mavericks aren't playing that great, but it's not fun doing back-to-backs, especially like flying down from Philadelphia into Miami. So some guys might rest. It might be one of those games where we'll see what happens. And then we have a few tough matchups following that with the Bucks, the Pistons, and the Clippers. Those are all tough teams to beat. But it's good. It's good to see these like strings of tough teams early on in the season. They did it with the West Coast road trip, and they pulled out something like they beat the Clippers in a late night game that was very close, and I think it went to overtime, and that was without Bam even, I believe. It was like Powell and the rest of the crew. And they found ways. Fontecchio did great. I think Jovic had a decent game. Hyman did his thing. Like it's cool to see some of these young guys, some of these role players really step in to these new roles. And it feels like a puzzle that's fitting together. One that was not clear before the season started. One that a lot of doubt, a lot of uncertainty was brought into this year. And just the way that they came out the gates has been fun. It's been lightning. It's cool to see a team play with what is considered less talent or no like standout stars. A1 alphas that you look, the Lucas of the world, the Giannis's, people like that, and they're winning games. Like so, here we are. A handful of games into season, about 20% of the way in, and the team is clicking pretty well. They have their areas to tighten up and weaknesses, but if you're a Miami Heat fan and you're tuning in, like you should be having fun. You should be learning the name of some of these young guys, some of these role players. Paul Larson's out there hustling his ass off. Drew Smith is just a warrior out there. Not sexy on the stat sheet, but definitely making plays that are winning plays. They give you extra possessions. They force turnovers. He hits timely layups and threes. That's what's exciting about this team, and that's what people should be tuning in for. Not really the star players. We have our share of guys that are also our quality. You got Powell, Bam, and Hero there. That's a solid core of guys that can score, some that can defend and keep you in the game. It's about the other guys filling in. We saw it in the playoffs run by the Pacers and by the Thunder. Depth matters. You got to have a roster that goes 6, 7, 8, 9 deep. You got to go 9 deep. Sometimes even to the 10th guy needs to be able to step up and make key plays, especially in a playoff series. So I think it's looking like a good year so far. There's still a lot to be played. Ideally, there's less injuries, but I think that the Heat are surprisingly good this year. And if you're a fan and you've been sticking through it, like you deserve it. I think that you've seen this team go through the ups and downs, and this is a fun time to be a fan and see like this new chapter and this really a whole different way of what you're expecting from a team that's been known just for defense, and then they muck up a game and they make it a little bit more competitive with some half court offense, and they weren't even a fast break team or had any sort of pace. So really, it's a 360 right now. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. If you don't follow us, follow 786 Sports on YouTube. Follow Courtside Cre8ives on all the channels. Really, we're active on X, we're active on Instagram, and we're starting to get active on TikTok. So look us up on all those platforms, and stay tuned. We'll announce the next stream. In the meantime, we'll be dropping our share of stat recaps, exciting things we see. And outside of the game, we love the sport of basketball, but we love the art of it too. We love the creativity that surrounds it. Anyone that is in the space, that's an artist, that's a designer, visual graphics, visual animations, like we're staying in tune with what's going on in the industry. There's some really dope creatives out there that deserve their flowers, and we'll be sharing some of their work and some of the things that inspire us beyond the court. So appreciate you guys. Heat walk away with a win and advance to 9 wins, and they are now in the playoff hunt early in the season, but it's exciting to see. So thank you all. Appreciate you all, and we'll see you next time. Peace.